So today we are going to revise the poem Shed, which is written by Frank Klein. In this poem, he deals with the psychology of a child to think over the information received from his or her brother. Like if we are getting any information from anyone, we should not believe, okay, at the first. We should rectify it, whether the person is saying us right or wrong. We have to judge him, okay. We should not immediately believe that what others are saying. We should not immediately believe like children do. If you are having friends, you are saying that my friend is saying so and so thing, so you can believe. But you, if you want to believe, you just rectify it, then only you should believe. So in this poem, the poet has discussed about a shed is a place outside their house, and he wanted to go in that shed place, but his brother was keep on saying him that there is a ghost in the shed and don't go there, the ghost will finish you up, will kill you, okay. So but the poet doesn't believe his brother. He thinks that his brother is lying to him. So in this poem, we are going to see what are the things which poet is noticing, and how does he feel, okay. What are the feelings of the poet in which in this poem we are going to see stanza wise. So what is a shed? It is a temporary structure built to shelter something. There are many types of shed, you know. Horse shed is there, or cow's shed is there. Now we are going to understand the poem stanza wise. There's a shed at the bottom of our garden with the spider's web hanging across the door. The hinges are rusty and creak in the wind. When I'm in bed, I lie and listen. I'll open that door one day. So here the poet is describing that where is the shed. The shed is at the bottom of their garden, where he can see a spider's web hanging across the door. The hinges are rusty because nobody is going in that shed, so it becomes old. The doors become old, so that hinges became rusty because nobody is opening that door. And there is a creak in the wind. When the wind blows, it produces a sound of creak sound. Okay. When I'm in bed, I lie and listen. Now, poet is saying when he is lying on his bed, then he is listening these noises, and he said to himself that I'll open that door one day. Okay, he's promising that I want to open that door one day. He has a strong desire. Okay. Now, next paragraph. So here the poet has used imagery. Okay, we will talk about the figure of speech, that it is an imagery because he has used the words like rusty hinges, spider's web, dusty old window, and cracked window panes. So he is telling us that image, he is using the figure of speech imagery. There is a dusty old window around at the side with three cracked panes of glass. I often think there's someone staring at me each time that I pass. I'll peep through that window one day. Now the poet further explaining that there is a dusty window around at the side. At the side, he could see a dusty window which is broken. The glass of the window is broken and it has three cracks. And whenever he is passing from there, he was thinking that somebody is staring at him. It was his imagination that somebody is staring at him. And he's saying that I will peep through that window one day. He wanted to see through that window one day. Okay. Now he is not having courage at the present moment, but still he is saying that I am courageous. I will go to that place one day. My brother says there's a ghost in the shed who hides under the rotten floorboards, and if I ever dare to set foot inside, he will jump out and chop off my head. But I will take a peek one day. Okay, now he's saying that his brother is saying that there is a ghost in the shed. There is a ghost in the shed, and if he will set foot inside, he will chop his head. But again, the poet is saying, I will go and I'll go to the shed one day. So this shows that poet is very much courageous and he is very curious to see.
The name of the poem is?
Yes, so I would like to ask few questions. What is the name of the poem and poet? Name of the poem is? Yes, Vita.
Name of poem is the
name of the poem is the shed.
And poet name is?
The poet's name is Frank Klein.
Where is the shed? Where is the shed?
The shed is at the bottom of the garden.
The shed is the bottom of the garden.
What was hanging across the door?
The
Spider's web.
spider's web was hanging on the porch.
Ma'am, spider web.
Find adjectives. Find adjectives. Rusty.
I'm rusty.
Yes.
Rusty.
Who is I here?
I
I
is
is the
poet
poet.
here.
I is the
I
poet.
is poet here. Okay. So now write down, children. I want you to write down few questions related to this paragraph. Write down. We'll take this first paragraph there. Here's a shed. One day. Name the poem and its poet. Name the poem and its poet. Name the poem and its poet. And its poet. Next, question 2. Where is the shed? Where is the shed? Who is I here? Shed. Who is I here? Here. Find adjective. Find adjective.
Mom, there can be one more question that what the poet wants to do soon.
What the poets, yes. What the poet
What the
want to do.
poet. So, mom, we can write he is planning to open the door and enter the
Yes.
shed.
Yes, what poets want to do. Poets want to do.
Ma'am, and it can be how were the hinges and when did they crack?
Yes. You can write find adjective. I have written. One more question came in my mind. Give 2 adjectives for the poet. Okay. Can you think of the adjectives
Afraid,
for the poet?
afraid and curious.
Afraid to and curious
And
poet.
curious.
Yes. Afraid, curious. What else you can use for poet? Courageous also, because he is saying that I will go.
Mom, we can make one
Fear and
question like this.
hesitated. Mom, he has a fear, but he is also hesitated to enter the shed one day.
Yes, because he is not having so much courage to go. Okay, that's why. He is willing to do, but not now because he was not having much courage. Okay. Give
Mom, as he needs
antonym.
more time to know about that, he is curious to know about that shed.
Yes, give antonym. Bottom.
Bottom top.
Yes, bottom, top. Then
Mom, we can make one question like this.
day.
Give
Open,
another title of this poem.
Very good. Give another
Open,
title.
close.
Yes.
Open,
Bottom
close.
top.
Poet,
On
what the
one.
poet does at night.
Yes.
Rusty, restless.
Open, close.
Day, night.
Yes.